when a man pulled a gun on a pastor. This happened at Jesus' Dwelling Place Church in North Braddock. The incident was caught on video as that service was being live streamed.
Hello, brothers and sisters. I want to show you something today to just show you the reality of the world that's going on, the spiritual attacks becoming physical, but how amazing our wonderful Creator is. You know, the scriptures say, and I'm going to put this verse here, the scriptures say in 1 Timothy 1:8, so never be ashamed to tell others about our wonderful Creator, and don't be ashamed of me either, even though I am in prison for him. With the strength Yah gives you, be ready to suffer for me for the sake of the good news. Be ready to suffer for me for the sake of the good news. I don't know how many of you remember this, but a few weeks ago, there was a popular YouTube pastor that was preaching, and somebody came up and stabbed him. So here that goes. Now, this took place in Australia. So that was a pretty popular situation because it was a live stream, and it was a very popular bishop that preaches online. But remember what the scripture just said. It says, don't be ashamed to suffer for me. Every pastor and every person preaching the word is being called here. Now, this is not the first time something like this happened, but it just warns us of the persecution and the suffering that people that are spreading the word will go out. I give you again the scripture here that we just discussed. It says, be ready to suffer with me for the sake of the good news. Well, look what happened a couple of days ago here. Look at this. I don't know how many of you seen this yet, but check this out.
Allegheny County, Pennsylvania yesterday when a man pulled a gun on a pastor. This happened at Jesus' Dwelling Place Church in North Braddock. The incident was caught on video as that service was being live streamed. The attempted shooter, who police identified as 26-year-old Bernard Polite, walked up to the pulpit and aimed the gun at Pastor Glenn Germany, but thankfully the gun jammed. Another church member jumped.
So what's interesting about that is originally the guy that was doing the stabbing in the previous video, the knife didn't fully open up. And even though the pastor got harmed, he actually lost his eye. He didn't lose his life. Because the person that was going to do that wicked, evil act, the knife didn't fully open. And now this was even more powerful. The guy literally,
church member jumped in,
came up to the pulpit. This just happened this
another
past
church
weekend.
Member jumped in,
came up to the pulpit. Absolutely amazing. And
Glenn Germany, but thankfully
went to shoot the pastor, and the gun jammed. The gun jammed.
The gun jammed. Another church member jumped in to tackle.
Absolutely wicked stuff going on. Those that are preaching the word, don't stop preaching the word. This is what we say. Yah is in control. Now, if this man's gun didn't get jammed, or that man's knife didn't jam up, and these pastors would have succumbed to their injuries and maybe lost their life, does that mean God's not in control? No, it doesn't mean that either. It means that regardless of the end result, wickedness is out there. Wickedness is happening, and the scripture said, we look at it again, it says, don't be ashamed to suffer with me for the sake of the good news. Don't be ashamed to suffer with me for the sake of the good news. So, I want to encourage everyone out there not to be quiet because things like this are taking place. Not to slow down your voice for a wonderful Creator. There's nothing new under the sun, and people have been persecuted for a long time, and now it's just being caught on video. This isn't a new phenomenon where people are just being murdered for speaking about our Creator. From the first Stephen all the way to the people that are being persecuted right now around the world for being believers and followers of Yeshua. Now is not a time to be quiet. Now is the time to stay calm and understand when we have no defense, when we don't have a security team protecting us, when we don't have, a lot of money to hire our own bodyguard, Yah steps in if it's his will to do so. He'll step in and change the situation around. Taking something bad and making it good. That's what it says in the scriptures. Taking something bad and making it good. For me, this was even more dramatic as the other thing, even though that one was much more popular. But where are we gonna take a stand on this? This is the craziness that's going on in the world today. Why? Because wickedness prevails. Wickedness will prevail in the darkness where we live in today. This pastor will not stop preaching. This man or the other man that got stabbed will not stop preaching. As a matter of fact, he's back preaching out there. And it's just, wow. This shows you the wickedness of the world today, that something like this can happen. Wow. We're not called to step in and to be popular, to be molded for popularity, but there's something about this that makes me want to go out and preach even louder. To go out there and let people know, because I'm not one of those, the end times are here, get ready. I think we should always be ready. The end time started when Yeshua was hung on the cross. And we don't know that day he's going to come. But stuff like this, that's being recorded now and filmed now, is for our own eyes to see what's truly taking place out there. Again, this isn't new. This stuff like this has always been happening, but now you can see it for real. The persecution and the wickedness that comes straight up against somebody preaching the good news. Wow. So there's no motive on this yet, but it was quite interesting because the little investigation showed a dead man in the apartment of the man that came to shoot the pastor. So this story is just coming up, not done with yet. But I just wanted to give this some attention because I want people to see the wickedness that's out there today. And I want to remind people that our Creator told us it will come time for us to suffer for the good news. But at the same time, I don't want us to stop getting the word out about our wonderful Creator. And understanding that Yah protected that guy with being stabbed. Yah protected this guy from being shot. Yah knows and sees everything. Just an amazing story I wanted to show you all. Put your comments and questions below, and as this story develops, we'll update you some more.